Wait, no, seriously, that is a gigantic piece of pizza. Good Lord.
Oh, it's a pizza from New York.
It's a regular
Real
slice
pizza.
of
Oh, here we go. Here is with the Italian pizza. Hey, from New York, it's the real pizza. Who gives a shit? You people don't know anything about pizza. Give me a break.
Oh, look what you're starting here.
What?
The only place that knows less about pizza, that prides itself about knowing anything about pizza than New York, is Chicago. That makes the world's worst pizza because it's not pizza. It's a huge bowl of like pizza-like ingredients. It's basically like a bread bowl, like soup in a bread bowl, and they call it pizza.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to eat with the layer and the layer, but
Yeah, with like a spoon and a family of 7. It's fantastic.
I had like Chicago pizza once, and I was like, wait, what the fuck's going on? They didn't put any sauce or cheese on this, and they were like, oh no, that's underneath. And I'm like, wait, what? How does that work? Is it all sticking to the fucking plate?
That comes in a separate bread bowl, sir. I'm sorry. Nah, New York pizza is awesome. I'm just giving you shit. I'm actually just jealous.
Riling us up.
Well, because again, I live in North Carolina where good pizza or half decent food just doesn't exist. So yeah, I have to express my anger somehow, and that is by pointing out the faults of others. It's like it's a form of like the Napoleon complex, which I also have because I'm short. So, anybody who's taller than me, I try to ridicule them for things that have nothing to do with their height and pretend that it's not some weird insecurity. It's the same thing with food. I have shit food, so I have to point at other people and laugh while they eat delicious pizza and drink delicious whiskeys while I have nothing. I have nothing to live for.
Skippy's the tallest of the three of us.
Yeah. If you're over 5'6", then you're tall.
Although he might lean to a side right now, so that might, bring down the height a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna lean for the rest of my life. Anyway, that is important right now. So first of all, let me introduce and welcome everybody to episode 8. I apologize, I'm way behind on editing. Episode 7 has not even gone live yet, and we're already recording episode 8, which is go us. Way to stick with it. Way to go with the whole consistency thing. And also, since we're here, we can also address the 2 elephants in the room. Wait, that's a terrible segue. Jerry and Kevin happen to be in one room, broadcasting from one location, a hidden location somewhere in the basement of New York.
It's like a bunker.
Yeah.
It's hardened, so like when the nuclear wars start to happen, we'll be safe.
Oh, yeah, no, it's going to happen. That shit's right around the corner. Luckily, it seems like you guys are fine with food. Once again, let me say, fuck you both on that. And you have amazing libations from what I understand. So why don't you share what you're drinking over there?
This is Rattlesnake Rosie's maple bacon, of which Kevin's drinking it like it was soda.
Is that a plastic cup? Are you drinking whiskey out of a plastic cup?
No, it's glass.
Oh, okay. All right. I will allow it.
And then we have Rattlesnake Rosie's apple pie whiskey.
That sounds nasty. I'm going to need you to try that and tell me how it is.
It's good. It's good. I like it. It's sweet. Like the maple bacon is really sweet, and that's sweet with some cinnamon. It's actually really good. But I have to say, Kevin got this root beer whiskey, which is really good. It's tasty.
Somewhere, if a bourbon or whiskey snob ever listens to this, they will find us and have a shot. That's a lot of tainted flavored whiskeys over there, all in one place. You guys are asking for trouble from some snobs.
I think of it as the flavors that are enhanced by whiskey. It's not tainted whiskey. It's whiskey enhanced flavors.
Right, just like, in prison, they say the toilet enhances the flavor of the wine that's made in it. Gives it that special, je ne sais quoi, I believe the French call it. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Hey, so what am I drinking, you ask? Well, I am...
but if you want, go ahead.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. Well, I'm...
Hey, Mikey, what are you drinking?
Oh, hey, Kevin, thank you for asking. You're a true friend. I am doing what is known as minesweeping tonight. Now, are you guys familiar with the term minesweeping when it comes to drinking?
No.
No, it's not. Okay. I believe it's a collegiate term. It mostly applies to drinking, but not only. Minesweepers in a bar are the people that are, I don't know, let's call them pathetic. They go up and pick up leftover drinks that other people left behind and are kind of like stuck with whatever is available. they're taking a huge risk of when you're grabbing drinks left behind in college bars. Who knows what else you're getting from those glasses? I'm sure herpes at least is on the menu.
Is that why you have those things on your lips?
No, I mean, also from college, but no, for completely different reasons. No minesweeping was done in college. Actually, no, possibly because minesweeping can also apply to picking up leftover partners that no one else wanted for the night. So technically, yeah, I guess. Yeah, so I am actually, but I've mineswept my own house, so I'm basically just polishing off a bunch of like bottles of crap that I managed to find. We got some brandies, we got some cognacs. That's about it, which is honestly still a step up from what I was drinking last week. Which, if you're
no more 289 bottles of wine.
No, and I learned an important lesson that when you are drinking cheap wine, you really do need to practice some self-restraint. After the last episode, I felt absolutely horrible. Not like hungover or drunk, just like I just drank something from under the sink, kind of sick. Where, there was none of the good thing that comes with being drunk, where you're sort of kind of, woozy, but the world is spinning and everything's like, hey, all right. No, just sort of feeling like I should probably call maybe poison control. which I think their number might be on the back of that wine bottle. I'm not even sure that's wine anymore. But anyway,
is that what they do with recycled oil from cars?
Yeah, basically, unless people pick it up from your house, it's just sort of filtered. I can't like even thinking about that is making me ill. I don't think I can drink that shit ever again. But anyway, so you guys are in the same.
Haven't you?
What's that?
You've been drinking that for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, but not to that scale.
Oh.
I sort of have like a drink here or there, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm not finished editing the last episode yet, but after Kevin departed, I thought, hey, we're just gonna come back for part two after the break, have a quick little conversation and go on about our lives. We went on like a rant for like at least another hour. So yeah, I'm just kind of working my way through it, and yeah. So I think this time I'm gonna have to practice a little bit more self-control. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying before, you guys are in the same room. You guys are cohabitating for a couple of days. So who wants to talk shit about the other person's weird sleeping habits, like farting or weird snoring or inappropriate touching?
Well, I don't know. All the touching that we did last night was pretty appropriate, I think.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it at all.
It was fine.
Hey, as long as it's consensual, it's all good, baby.
Yeah. Last night I spooned him, and I think tonight he's going to spoon me.
See, that's great. That's how relationships work, man. That's nice. You give a little, you take a little, you wash your fist and you start again. That's great.
Yeah. Cool. It's true. And I think it's wonderful that Kevin actually set up a Twitter picture.
Did he? I haven't checked yet. I've lost all faith in that. But okay, I'll take a look. What movie are you guys falling asleep to tonight?
I don't know. Did you?
Okay.
Completely check the wrong count. Oh no! Oh, I see where this is going. Oh, good lord! I think Kevin is in for a surprise. So,
no!
Before it changes, let me quickly screen cap what we got here.
I couldn't even race you to log in fast enough.
To log in?
Yeah, like I would have to look up passwords and shit.
Aren't you constantly logged into your Twitter account?
No, not that account.
Nice. Very nice, Jerry.
Wait, show me.
Nah, you'll find out. I don't know where you found a gold one. Very nice.
Is it reminiscent of Goldenfinger, except maybe more than that?
It's respectful. It's classy. It's you know what I mean? Like it speaks to your strengths. Oh my God, I can't. I can't imagine that ever coming back out though. It's gotta hurt more on the way out than on the way in. It's gonna take some. Yeah. Anyway, so as I was asking before, what movie are you guys gonna fall asleep to tonight?
Well, speaking of movies, you'll be proud of me.
Oh my God.
Sitting? Or you
What?
Sit.
Hold on. No, I don't think it's gonna be good enough. This might knock me right down on the floor.
It's not
What We Do in the Shadows.
You finally watched Did you watch the entire movie?
Yes, I did watch it.
From start to finish. Did you see the opening and the closing credits?
Yes,
opening. I did see the whole thing, but maybe like at the end I saw the closing credits.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure you saw the whole movie, not like, well, I'm 2/3 of the way into it. I see where this is going. All right.
No, I paid money for that, so I sat through the whole thing.
Ooh.
Wished I was a little drunker. I mean, I didn't have any drink, so.
We could re-watch it tonight.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Fall asleep to it to give it the sleep test.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, I kind of want to make my I want to make my wife watch it because she's caught because I've seen it so many times. She catches little parts of it, so she always sort of like mentions that it seems like a fun movie. Although apparently because I've seen it so many times, she thought it was a show because she always kind of catches different parts of it. She thought that the movie was a show.
Oh, that's funny.
I was surprised to find out that the show is a show and the movie. Yeah. So yeah, maybe I should make her watch the whole thing from scratch.
It was nice to see an actor I was familiar with. The I don't remember his name, but he was in the Legion.
Oh, you mean Elisa? You mean Elisa Milano? Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I didn't see her at all.
Well, I guess you weren't watching Battle Angel. What can I say? Throwback.
No, the dude with the long black hair. I don't know the actor's name. Come on, you watched it 70 times. You don't know which vampire I'm talking about?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God. Vin Diesel.
Oh.
You're talking about what's his name? Clement, the guy from Flight of the Conchords.
Okay.
He doesn't know what Flight of the Conchords is.
I'm not.
I recognize him from Legion.
Yes, he was. Yes. We talked about this before. He was in the second episode of Legion. So, second season of Legion.
Right, he was in multiples.
Oh, how was the second season of Legion?
I have not watched it. Please don't spoil it for me. I barely finished the first season.
I was halfway, and it's pretty. It's similar. It's even maybe more psychedelic.
Okay, good, because the first season was absolutely amazing. You know what's weird? That show, I know it got renewed for season 3, and it actually might have gotten renewed for season 4, but don't. Okay, there's definitely season 3. Don't remember if there was season 4, but I don't know a single person that watches that show, but I hope it never gets canceled, because, I mean, based so far just what I've seen from season 1, it was incredible.
Yeah, I watched the first season, and I thought it was fabulous. I didn't realize that season 2 came out, so I'm going to have to watch that now.
I think season 3 already came out. You know what? No, wrong. No, I'm wrong. No, it's definitely coming, but it might not have come out yet. Hey, so since we always jump into like movies and shows, I just realized that a little while ago you guys were speaking about some books that you guys have read, because I don't want people to think that we're complete morons. We read from time to time.
You and I might read. Kevin doesn't.
Ooh, going for the.
Don't bring up that bullshit again. Don't lick my ear.
On the cheek.
What's the point of being in the same room if you can't taste one another? Yeah, basically. Again, as long as it's consensual, it's all good. No, you guys were talking about a series of books. So that conversation started back then with me bringing up, what was it, Dragonlance, I believe? And that like snowballed into other conversations. And you, I believe, Jerry made a recommendation. Kevin then said, that sounds pretty good. Went, got the books you recommended, then came back and said, hey, you guys should read these books. They're really good. Because he completely forgot that they were recommended. So I have not gotten to them yet, and I have completely forgotten the name of them. So if you can remind me and whoever else is listening, because they sounded pretty interesting.
It was the Owner series, which is a sci-fi story. It's a trilogy written by Neil Asher.
Wait, it's called the Owner series?
Yes.
I should write this down at some point because I'm constantly forget this crap. Okay.
Which is what I did. And then, lo and behold, I was in my Audible account, and I was like, Neil Asher, save these. I might have just spot purchased them. And then, like, I was finishing up other series. So a couple of months later, I was like, oh, let me, what's next? And I just skimmed through my other books that I bought, and then hence that's how I forgot. I was like, oh, I must have looked this up, because I have like, the Jerry's reference of books, and then like, top 10 sci-fi, whatever. I look them up.
Oh, I see.
So that was how I lost track of where I got it from.
So are these books comparable to anything else that you've read in the past that you can sort of say, hey, like if you like this, you'll love this?
Have you ever read like Neuromancer or?
No, I've not read Neuromancer. I'm familiar with it, but I've not read it.
Yeah, it's very dystopian future, hard sci-fi. Like William Gibson and stuff like that. It moves quickly. This one is like particularly harsh and gory and like,
ooh.
Think of the worst possible future that you could think of.
Living it.
Yeah, no,
This
it's
is,
this is even worse than that.
you
But
mean 2016 through 2019? Yeah.
no, it's done. I feel that it's done really well. I still have to get back to it, and I'll probably, depending on my level of inebriation tonight, maybe I'll pick that up again.
How many
But
books are in the series?
3.
Oh, okay, that's not too
Yeah.
bad. Is it the kind of thing? All right, so is it the kind of thing you have to read all 3 books, meaning it's an actually ongoing story,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
okay?
it's. I think it's one story. I like the difference. Book 1 ends and book 2 is like the next chapter.
It almost literally picks up right where you left off with no prelogue or post conversational or like a preamble. It literally starts like book 3 started literally right minutes after where book 2 ended.
Okay, yeah. So this is basically if you're planning to read one, it's probably a good idea to make the commitment to read all 3 because you're gonna forget your place. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because yeah, a lot of books definitely like once you pick up the second book, it's like 6 years later, blah 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 happened. Okay, that's cool. All right, I've totally written it down. I'm totally gonna pick these up and gonna read them. I need something else to read because I've actually been rereading stuff lately. I think I've been in a certain mood because of what the hell's going on. I'm actually rereading 1984 again. Oh my God, don't reread that book. It's terrifying.
I went through that last year.
Yeah, it's like you're just kind of flipping page going, yeah, that happened. Yeah, that's happening. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. And
Mhm.
oh my God,
Okay, so
they warned us all along.
This book it has some similar conversation and story plot.
yes, and
Okay.
when you read this book, you'll be like, oh yeah, I could see that happening. Oh yeah, that's totally, yeah. Wow, that's gonna suck. Well, good thing is I'll be dead before then.
In fact, it's literally take 1984, add 200 years, maybe 250 years, and sprinkle in technology has grown and all this stuff. Because you start off in a world that is, a single world government and a lot of high tech stuff. And then it takes off from there. So it actually reminded me of 1984, the whole, that type of dystopian government world.
It's
Oh man, this is gonna.
1984 Part 2, 2250.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna drive me right back to reading the old Judge Dredd comic books. I don't know. I have a sudden urge to go pick this up. Did you guys ever read those? The actual comic books, not the
I might have read one.
the
No.
Sylvester Stallone movie. Yeah. Okay. If you ever interested in stuff, actually, they are actually really good. I highly recommend them. It's one of the few things I think Judge Dredd was a DC comic book. I'm gonna say yeah, it's DC.
I think so too.
Yeah, it has to be DC. It might have been like one of the side publishing houses, like Dark Horse or something. But yeah, if you can, the comic books are actually really great. Don't judge them based on that horrible Sylvester Stallone movie. That was not indicative of the book at all. However, there was another one that was made a couple of years after. I'm sorry, a couple of years ago with I forget the name of the actor.
Sylvester Stallone?
No, he
No.
said don't watch that one.
Oh, okay.
Was there something shiny in the room?
I don't know. We're
I
both
said
in front of the same computer.
I didn't
so-
hear you say Sylvester Stallone.
so. Years ago, Sylvester Stallone made a Judge Dredd movie. That one was horrible.
It was. Wait, was it dreadful?
Oh, no.
Kevin, you're right there. Smack him.
Insert crickets.
Oh my God, just smack. You just derailed me with that shit.
You're gonna have
Okay, so it was
to-
okay. It was bad. Okay, just so the best thing about that movie was Rob Schneider. If that doesn't tell you how bad that movie is, Rob Schneider is great in that. Actually, it is a movie you should see because it is whimsical. It's funny. It's Sylvester Stallone and Armand Assante, who actually is a fantastic actor, and it's Armand Assante doing his expression of Sylvester Stallone. So basically, it's two actors with their mouths on the side of their face, just grunting and yelling at each other, and you can't understand a single word they're saying. There's even a scene where Rob Schneider tries to imitate Sylvester Stallone, and the whole thing is just insane.
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt for 1 second. Did you just pour the maple bacon whiskey in your garlic knot?
Yes.
That must be really tasty.
Would you like to taste?
No, because I'm not into garlic knots. So
Oh.
I don't. But
Wait. Into your garlic. Wait, is that a flavor, a garlic nut? Or is that an actual garlic. Oh, no, okay. I didn't know whether it was.
Garlic pizzeria.
I didn't know whether you have an actual garlic nut or garlic knot flavored whiskey. I just wasn't sure.
No.
I was like, Jesus, man, you guys are fucking ready for the apocalypse, a whole nother level. Like people are just gonna survive. You guys are gonna like live like royalty.
So I don't mean to go back a step, but you mentioned that you were rereading stuff and looking for other stuff to read. Have you ever used Goodreads, or are you aware of
Yes.
that website? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just remembered that's where I found the Owner series because I was looking through stuff. I think I was looking up like the Foundation series. That's a cool series, old Asimov stuff.
I think I read one. I read one, but did I read two yet? I'm not sure.
I don't
But I
know.
own it.
There's a lot of those,
Mhm.
but yeah, Foundation was cool. There's a lot of good stuff out there, but like if you go into Goodreads and I find that it's pretty decent if you go to something that you like and then look at similar titles. It's pretty good, and that's not some algorithm. That's people, I think, or it's people
Yeah,
saying like this is similar to this, and I read all these books and I rank them like this much, so you'll get a good idea of what's good out there.
it
What you
doesn't
might
seem to
like.
be fluffed with fake reviews and
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay, I'll revisit again. I used Goodreads a long time ago, like even before Amazon bought them. It was a pretty good resource, but I realized it was one of those things where I was just sort of kind of keeping track of what I was reading, but I wasn't getting anything really out of it, so I just stopped. Because they'd be like, "What are you reading now? Have you finished this book?" And it's like, "Okay, and now what?" But
Oh, I
okay,
kind of ignored that part of it. Oh, what was another great book? Snow Crash. I think that was Gibson, wasn't it? With
That one I don't know.
Hero the Deliverator.
The
I don't know.
Deliverator. Yep.
Yes. He's like a pizza delivery guy,
Oh,
and
that's
it's
amazing.
so yeah. I think I looked that up. I'm pretty sure it's Gibson, but like Snow Crash was a great. It's weird. It's fucked up. You have to be drunk or on something to really like fully absorb it. But that's a cool book.
So my usual state. Okay, I can.
It's about like a
Neil
virus.
Stevenson.
Oh, still okay. Thank you. Yes, it's about like a virus that it's a computer virus, but it works on the brain. So like you look at this static or whatnot, and you kind of go crazy. It's just cool, and there's like this another dystopian future, but with like weird shit, like nuclear powered robot dogs, and like I don't know, but that makes me want to read Snow Crash again. That was a great book.
Okay.
Yes, Neil Stevenson.
I don't know. Only 4 out of 5 stars.
So
It was
I
cool.
actually.
You'd appreciate it.
So we're speaking about rereading books, and I realized something. Have you guys ever heard of a book? Because okay. There's a book that I really want to reread because I read this like a couple of I don't know, probably 20 years ago, and I want to see if at the time when I read it, I really loved it, but I can't imagine it'll hold up. Have you guys ever heard of a book called On a Pale Horse?
No.
Yes. Wait. Oh shit. Who that
It was written.
was?
It was by Piers Anthony.
Yes.
But I just realized, looking it up on Amazon, I just realized that it's actually part of a trilogy, which I never realized because it says
Yeah.
book one at the top, and it has two. Yeah, it has two more books that followed, which I had no idea because it actually wraps up the story. But it's book one, book two, and book three of Incarnations of Immortality.
I think I might have read or started to read that. I know I had it somewhere because I read Piers Anthony a lot when I was a kid, like the Xanth books.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got into those. That was good younger kid stuff. And I think I just recently found the original Xanth book that I had and gave that to my daughter, and she hasn't read it yet, but
Wait,
I
Skippy, that's a 7-book series.
Holy shit! Seriously?
Yes.
Wait, I'm reading.
On a
Hold
Pale
on.
Horse.
Yeah, in his first novel of the Incarnations of Immortality, Piers Anthony combines a gripping story of romance and conflicting loyalties with a deeply moving examination of the meaning of life and death. This is a novel that will long linger in the reader's mind.
Two came out at the same time.
You know what? This is great because this will give me an excuse to actually reread it so I can read the rest of the story. It's actually awesome. It also takes place in the future. It's really awesome. It's about a guy who basically death comes for him. He kills death and assumes his role.
right.
And then travels around and collects souls. It's really, really great, though. As far as I recall, I'm curious to read it because I really want to see if it holds up or not.
So a word to the wise, if you're going to do that, just put your mind to it, get all the books, and just sit there and read them. I've read the first book of the Wheel of Time trilogy probably 5 times, and that's like a 700 or 800 book. I've read the first 3 of them probably 3 or 4 times, because what happens is, to really appreciate the story, I always go back to the beginning and start reading them, and what, that's 13 books, 14
Pretty
books
sure
or
it's
something.
13.
And they're all like
Jesus.
the short, they're amazing books. The short ones are only 600 or 700 pages.
Only, thank God. Good.
Yeah, but if you can power through it, the Brandon Sanderson final books are awesome. They're unbelievable. The ending is amazing.
We joked around. It started out, Robert Jordan is the author of the first like 10 or so. And my wife and I always joked around saying that like he and like George R.R. Martin were going to die before they finished the series, just because these things are epic and ridiculously long. And what happened was that really happened to Robert Jordan. He contracted some disease and didn't have enough time to finish the books, but he wrote down really good notes, and he had like the whole story arc kind of sketched out, and he gave it to, and he was young,
Well,
Brandon
his
Sanderson.
his wife had all the notes,
Yes.
and then started to seek out other authors. And I remember like reading some kind of interview from Brandon Sanderson, and he was like, I got a call from his wife saying, would you like to finish the series? And he was flabbergasted, and did the research on all the notes and all that stuff, and then started to write. And it was he did a good job in my opinion.
But again, that's another really amazing series. So right now I think you have about 20 or so good 25 good options there.
All right.
That one's going to occupy
reading.
a long amount of months.
Yeah. I mean, I need something other than watching stupid shit on Netflix. So yeah. Hey, by the way, did you guys see? Speaking of Netflix, okay, that's enough book talk. That's it. This is getting way too intellectual. Let's move to something that my simple mind can process faster. Netflix has a movie coming out called, I think it's called Silence or something like that.
Yes.
Yes. When they came out with Bird Box, which we talked about ad nauseum on the show and all agreed was, possibly the movie of 2018. And a lot of people compared it to A Quiet Place, blah, blah, blah. So now they're just completely just ripping off A Quiet Place. And there's a movie where the characters are now stuck in a world where they attract these killer monsters by making noise.
Wow, what an original story.
Wow.
Yeah.
When does that come out? Can we watch it tonight?
We cannot, I'm sorry. But you can rewatch Bird Box again and just pretend it's the same thing. Nice. Instead of seeing those. I mean, okay, the story is different, and it's actually based on a book that came out way before A Quiet Place. So people, of course, are defending it and saying, no, technically A Quiet Place ripped this book up. It's different. It takes place on like a larger scale, whereas A Quiet Place followed like this one family. This is supposed to be more of like a worldwide event kind of thing. I'm sorry, 2 family. Well, yeah, and a bunch of and John Malkovich for some reason. This is more like a worldwide event where like it's on a bigger scale, and it's supposed to be like as this thing is, whereas A Quiet Place takes place later after this invasion or whatever has already happened and people are just trying to survive. This happens as these murderous creatures sort of have just appeared, and they're supposed to be more like these big bats or something as opposed to some alien creatures. I don't know, but
it's a prequel to A Quiet Place?
No, it's supposed to take place in different. Although there is also like one of the main characters is a girl who lost her hearing when she was young, which is exactly like the character. So it's possible that A Quiet Place actually technically borrowed from the book and sort of made its own thing. I don't know, but like this is now like going to be a genre of horror movies where like there's a human thing that we do that attracts a murderous beast to kill us, and we have to contain it, and then somehow we like do something completely stupid, and that happens to be the thing that kills these things, and that's it. That just prepare for a whole flood of those movies.
Well, wasn't that done by our good old friend M. Night Shyamalan with the aliens that came to Earth? What was it? Signs. where they came to Earth and were like deathly allergic to water.
Why do you have to bring up M. Night Shyamalan movies? Why? Like, I'm in a good place right now.
He's got some good ones.
Yeah, well, yeah, that wasn't a good one. That was the jeez.
Yes, but he's bringing up a bad one, a very bad one.
Yeah, it was like the aliens like came to Earth and if they touched water, they would die and explode horribly, and they had the technology to come across time and space to get to Earth, and yet they were foiled by a locked basement door.
Yes, and all they found was water and Mel Gibson. So it's like, oh no, our two weaknesses: water and anti-Semitism. Ah, no, we're melting. It was terrible. Is John Wick out yet? Why am I not watching John Wick 3 yet?
Isn't that May?
Yeah, it's May.
We have
Yeah.
other things to worry about. Of course, Skippy doesn't give a shit about Avengers
Nope.
coming out.
Nope. No,
And,
I mean,
Game of
no.
Thrones coming out. It's like
Okay.
there's a whole month black hole to him.
Hold on. I do care about Endgame. I was very disappointed by the previous one, so I'm keeping my expectations real. And so far, the trailers have been complete shit.
I'm like
Also,
very
I love.
disappointed in
Oh.
you.
All right, Mom. So there's I love the fan theory that's going around the internet. There's a whole thing now saying that the way they're going to kill Thanos is they're going to have Ant-Man crawl up his ass and then
It's
enlarge
the
himself.
Thanos theory.
The Thanos thing. Oh
I
my
read
God.
that too.
It's gotta have a subreddit. By the way, what's the name of the actor who plays Thanos? I'm blanking on the name again.
Oh.
Josh Brolin. He put
right.
up a really funny thing on, I believe, Instagram, which is just he put up a comment, something saying like, so regarding that fan theory about Endgame, and it's like grunting and squeezing, and it pans out, and you see him sitting on the toilet and just like trying to push Ant-Man.
Is it like a CGI or him?
No, it's him. No, he
Oh.
literally had something. Just find Josh Brolin on toilet like pooping out Ant-Man. It was really good. It was good. No, so yes, I definitely care about Endgame. I will probably not see it in theaters because I just don't do that anymore. I just hate the experience. But I am looking forward to okay, more so than just looking forward to this whole thing wrapping up. I'm kind of curious what the next step is going to be, because so far the next few movies that have leaked that Marvel is going to be working on are, yeah, I gotta say I'm not terribly excited. It's
The Immortals, apparently.
No, the Immortals are dead. They're not doing the Immortals anymore. That project was shelved a long time ago. They turned it into that horrible TV show that lasted all of
read
like
about
2 episodes. No, dude, the Immortals are done. That's it. The Kevin Feige always hated that project. The guy that was pushing for it as a movie was pretty much fired, or politely asked to resign, just not politely. And Feige killed that project almost immediately. It became that show, which again I think lasted all of 3 episodes and was critically and viewerly
But those
trashed.
aren't MCU versions.
No, that was MCU. That was
No, that
MCU
was
stab at the Immortals. It was on I think it was on WB or something, or I forget, one of the TV networks. It was just completely, like, everybody hated it. It was absolutely terrible. And like I said, I think after like maybe 3 or 4 episodes,
I'm not making shit up, so maybe
like-
I'm just saying the wrong thing then.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is
they're gonna do Adam Warlock. They're gonna do I don't even remember. I forward there was like a whole link of like the 6 movies, the next 6 few movies that leaked, and half these characters I never heard of. The other half I don't really give a shit about. I'll be honest. So once Endgame happens, all the interesting characters, your Iron Mans, your Captain Americas, all those, the Hulks are pretty much, I guess, gone, or are they going to replace them with other actors? I don't know how that's going to work. Like, there have been a few people that took those roles. Like, there were other Thors, and there was other people wearing the Iron Man armor. There was other Captain Americas. There was, what's his name? U.S. Agent, for example, was like a Captain America knockoff that took over the role for a while.
Yeah, there was a female one. The Silver Soldier became the Captain America.
Right. So,
and all that stuff.
right. So they have places to take it, but I haven't seen anything in the lineup that is going to go in that direction. They're just exploring characters.
I did misspeak. The Eternals is what I was reading about.
Yes, the Eternal, which I know nothing about.
I know nothing about either, obviously.
So,
But I will say that I knew very little about the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that turned out amazing. So who knows? Maybe it'll be good after all.
So,
agreed.
What I heard a while ago was it was supposed to be more, like, less focused on Earth and more about stuff that's going on everywhere. And with Captain Marvel's introduction, who's like ridiculously powerful. I mean, the shit that she did. I don't know if you care if I spoil any of this.
Well,
to
don't.
you.
I do want to see the movie, so.
Okay, but some of the things that she did.
I know, she punched an old lady on a bus. It was very impressive.
No. It was just
She's a hero, but when I do it, they call the cops.
So she could go toe to toe with Superman. It's like that kind of thing.
But
so
really,
in order for her,
don't bring DC into this.
No. I'm just saying. I'm using that as in because so far she doesn't compare with anything in the Marvel in the MCU. So I think in order for that, like with her introduction at the beginning of or at the end of 3, beginning of 4, they need to like step everything up again, or else she could just be like, ping, you're done. Ping, you're done. Okay, go away.
I want to see them do the story where in comic books where Rogue. Well, that was I see. It's confusing because the whole thing with Captain Marvel is really weird because like there was a DC character called Captain Marvel, then who became like Shazam. It wasn't even DC.
Shazam.
It's weird. He became Shazam, and then there was Mrs. and then there was like Miss Marvel, and then Rogue from the X-Men stole Miss Marvel's powers and put her in a coma, but then there was a Captain Marvel. I can't keep track of all this shit. The continuity in these comic books is insane.
No, they do. And then they have like Captain Marvel or X-Men this timeline, X-Men that timeline, or that universe or
wait,
whatnot.
Here's a huge predictor of what.
Whoa,
there's no way they won't resurrect X-Men and stuff like that.
You gotta warn me before you whip out your huge predictor.
No, there's no huge predictors here.
All right.
He's got a recordong.
He wasn't there for that conversation, and no one knows what you're talking about. Except for me, and I am happy. Okay, so, Kevin, I got to be honest. I was so focused on your predictor, I totally didn't hear what you said.
No, all I was saying is since Disney owns Fox now.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a whole thing now, because they now own the X-Men. And Fantastic Four.
You'll have the X-Men back. They're gonna revive and market X-Men.
Well, they never really went away, but yes. But they're all, that also means another Fantastic Four movie. It's gonna be like this.
But hold on. Those
eighth time is the charm.
Those previous Fantastic Four movies were like placeholders, so what's that? Fox didn't lose the rights to them.
Yeah.
Yes, that
they
is
literally did the cheapest budget and threw people at like a fake story or whatever the hell it was, and just tossed it out just so they could meet the contract.
Right, that's one of the reasons they kept making Spider-Man movies. But here's the thing, they actually put some thought and work into the Spider-Man movies. Arguably, most of them were not that great, but at least there was some effort. The Fantastic Four movies were horrible. So what I never understood was if they were making those terrible movies just to keep the property in their hands, why not just make a good movie instead of making terrible ones that bomb? Like, what's the point of keeping a property you're never going to do anything with?
That's a good point, but I don't know. Like some people would think like you want to keep those assets on hand, but the Spider-Man ones, even the bad ones, though, made a lot of bank, though.
Most of them, yeah. Yeah, I think the second Andrew Garfield movie didn't really do well. The one with the I don't remember what the hell it was about. It was about what, Electro? Was that the guy? It was with Jamie Foxx. So that one I don't think did too well. Yeah, that one I mean it made money, but I don't think it did. Well, per se.
Make a third one in that series.
No, that's the thing. They expected it to do really well, and it completely missed the goals. So yeah, that one's dead. So now that's why they rebooted yet again with what's his name, Tom Holland or whatever his name. Who's okay, whatever. I mean, Homecoming was okay. It was pretty whatever. And as far as the second thing you mentioned about, yes, Game of Thrones. I am very excited. Game of Thrones is coming out because it is the final season. And I can finally stop watching that stupid goddamn fucking show, and I can move on with my life and do something productive.
I think I've
because fuck Game of Thrones. What?
I think I've only seen up to season 4.
Yeah, you went too far. I would say you could have stopped about 5 minutes in and not made the same horrible mistake that I made.
Any movie that has violent sex and sexy violence is okay with me.
Okay, but there's better sites for that. And you don't have to watch all
Spartacus.
Yeah, you don't have to watch all 8 seasons of this crap.
Spartacus was even better.
You mean the Kirk Douglas movie?
No, the TV series.
Oh, I don't know.
Like I just TNT or something like that.
I thought you were just making a weird segue to Kirk Douglas. I don't know.
No.
Well, now that you have,
So I don't know if you can hear in the background. There's some weird exploding sounds that are happening in this area. I don't know what they are. I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid to go
Fireworks?
outside. No, it's not fire. It can't be fireworks because they started a while ago when it was still really bright outside. Remember, I mentioned in one of the podcasts that there's we're not too far from farmland, and those people sometimes like to go outside and like shoot guns at targets, which is fine. But these are legitimate explosions. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Like, war may have broken. We may be at war with South Carolina. I'm not sure. Go team. I don't know.
well, let us know how that works out for you then. Maybe they're either just shooting guns up in the air, or like those like
No. These are
those.
loud. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is picking them up, but they are freaking loud. They are
Uh,
legit explosions.
Maybe someone's starting a YouTube channel and they're shooting like that. Those kinetic explosives. I don't know. I've seen it before. You put it behind, like someone will just shoot it and it explodes. It's not anything major, but I'm sure it makes a big boom and could blow up a hay
Like-
bale.
They're just
Like,
throwing sticks of
like
dynamite
a
around.
missile? Yeah, maybe somebody's fishing. I don't know.
In the lake.
I can't tell. It's North Carolina. It could be absolutely anything. I have no idea. Yeah, but so as far as those couple of things, there's nothing else really coming out. The only thing I'm absolutely dying to see is the movie Us, the Jordan Peele movie. No, I see the blank look in your eyes. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Cricket.
No, sorry.
The guy who made Get Out. Did you see Get Out?
Yes,
No.
that was an amazing.
Well, that's
movie.
because you're racist, Jerry. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the movie's literally about you. And then so he made a second movie called Us, which is his second horror movie. Do you know who Jordan Peele is, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay, from Key and Peele.
He's the Kevin of Key and Peele.
Well, no,
He's the
because,
Jerry of Key and Peele. I don't know.
no, because he's the brains of Key and Peele. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he's
He
kind of
is
like
the Jerry of. Sorry. Go on.
yes, the puppet master has revealed himself. If you've watched Key and Peele, there's a few really weird episodes, like an episode here or there across their multiple seasons that are actually they're funny, but they're also kind of terrifying and horrifying.
Mhm.
So it's not surprising that he is actually he's an avid fan of the horror genre and he's really good at it. So Get Out was awesome, and so far Us has been really well received and is making an insane amount of money, and everybody's saying it's a must see. And he's also bringing back. He is the host, and I think he's also the producer and possibly one of the writers of the reboot of the Twilight Zone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is returning. And so far from the trailers, it looks really awesome. Yeah, so Jordan Peele is awesome, and I really want to see the movie Us. Yeah, besides that, there's really nothing really. Until John Wick, man, I got nothing.
Yeah, I want to see Endgame, and I can't wait for John Wick.
So there was a movie that came out a couple of months ago that a lot of people said was kind of like an homage to John Wick. It was about a hotel. Okay, so like in John Wick, there's a hotel that he stays at whenever there is like he needs weapon. It's kind of like neutral territory.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So there was a movie that came out a couple of months ago that was actually like it's set sort of like in an alternate future, but it's only supposed to be like 5 years or so in the future, I think. And I've never seen it. And it's supposed to be like about like such a hotel where like hitmen go and it's like neutral territory with Jodie Foster. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
No.
I don't think
That
I've
sounds
seen
so
that.
familiar.
Yeah, like I said, it came out not too long ago. It unfortunately really tanked in the theater. It has an amazing cast.
This was in the theater too?
Yes, it was. And it was literally like they took the idea of that hotel from John Wick and just made it into like a standalone movie. Now, they said it had nothing to do with it, but there was apparently a lot of similarities. So people sort of kind of said like it was the unofficial like John Wick spin-off. Now, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know. That might be like a bit of a stretch. It was called Hotel Artemis, and it's with Jodie Foster. She plays the nurse. It doesn't have any other characters from John Wick, but it has sort of like characters that kind of like sort of
Like them?
like they kind of reflect
Yeah.
John Wick characters. Oh, and the cherry on that sundae is that Jeff Goldblum is in it, and he's one of the main characters.
Oh, really?
Yes. So Jeff Goldblum. I mean, that's about all you need to really say to sell a movie these days.
And Sofia Boutella.
I don't know who that is.
She's cute. She's like a French actress. She looks like a French actress. I don't know if she is.
Well, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Don't stereotype.
Do that. Yeah.
She was in Atomic Blonde. The French.
Oh, okay.
guy.
I know what you're talking about. Right. Okay. Which, Jerry, you still haven't seen Atomic Blonde, right?
No, I have to.
As a John Wick fan, it's an obligation. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna finish it yet, or am
Been
I?
doing some damage to that. You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Impulse Season 2.
I saw that one.
I
I was
really
so
enjoyed
upset
that
at
season.
towards the middle, and I don't know if anybody's gonna look at it, but
Is this the Jumper
Yes.
spin-off series? Oh, yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
it was really well.
it was
Talk
done
about-
really well.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be over here.
Oh, stop it.
No, I never gave it a fair chance. I'll be honest. I kind of went into it with like some preconceived notions, watched it for about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, and was like, yeah, this is crap, and walked away. But I
that's
should
right.
I should give it a fair watch.
Yeah, you thought it looked low budget, and it was absolutely nothing of the sort.
I don't know. Maybe I should. I mean, it's on YouTube. Maybe I was watching it at 480 or something like that. Maybe I should upscale it to the whopping 720. Maybe that was my problem.
Well,
Yeah.
I hear
It may crash my
they
DSL.
have something called 1080 these days.
Whoa.
Kids are all
Whoa.
talking about it. So.
Hold on, dude. I don't think my 32-inch TV can handle that. Come on, CRT. You can do it.
Well, maybe if you get the monster RGB cables, or like that'll work.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
the
I'm
5 cable YBR
Oh, yeah, you
something
get
something
the
something. I
other
just
ones.
found one when I was cleaning a room with a bunch of shit, and there was a TV cable with all.
Even that's before my time. I came in at the composite cable stage, which has 3 cables. I remember
It's
we were trying to hook up something
video,
at work.
all that different things.
Oh yeah, S video was fancy.
Oh. Hey, speaking of what is it? I got so I have I do most of my work on an
Oh no.
No. So far the Minesweeping's been pretty well. My HP, I didn't realize until I was trying to hook it up to an external monitor, it doesn't have a fucking HDR port. It has one of those
Wait,
HDMI?
you mean?
what the hell is HDR? Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, go. Well, shit, maybe I did drink hairpiece. So I'm tingling in all the right spots, and it hurts, and it hurts to pee. Right. So no, yeah, it doesn't have an HDMI port. It has what is that port called? It looks like an HDMI port, but like it was circumcised on one side.
Oh, yes. That's a funny way to put it.
Yeah, no,
remember.
literally
It was
somebody
like-
cut off the tip of an HDMI port, and it was like, there you go. It is better in every way.
It might have
The
been.
sensitivity is not as good,
Yeah,
but it works
it's
better.
either
Display port.
it might be a display port,
thank
but
you.
like a DVI something.
Display port. No, it's not a DVI. It's just called a display port. Yes. And why does this exist? We have a stand. Why can't companies just fucking pick a standard and stick to it? We have HDMI ports. There's an HDMI port on every TV and monitor in my house. My laptop, however, has no HDMI ports. It has this little fucking display port thing that I need to get a special adapter for to use.
Oh, like the Apple computers do. You have to convert from the display port to HDMI.
Are we still allowed to talk shit about Apple, or is this gonna get in the way of a future guest on the show?
Well, who knows if that happens, but
Okay, so let me get this out of the way then. Yes, Apple. Well, oh man, I had a whole rant about Apple. See, you bring up these services.
Rant away.
So wrap up and then go in. It's like a quasi segue.
No one has answered my question. Why the fuck does my laptop have a display port and not an HDMI port?
I don't know. Like, yeah, but I mean,
Space? It saves 2 millimeters.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about DisplayPort versus HDMI. If it's like, well, this supports 8K or something, and HDMI only goes up to 4. So I don't know.
Yeah, none of that is true.
That's why I said I don't know.
I'm friends with computer nerds for a reason. If you're not there in the way that I need you, I need to find better computer nerd friends.
Okay, go. Start a podcast with them.
You called my bluff. Nobody wants to deal with this shit. Okay, so fine. So if we're gonna segue into Apple, did anybody watch Apple's announcements? All the garbage they announced like last week?
No, why would I waste good breathing time on that?
I don't know, solidarity. All right, so fine. So let me fill you in really quick. So here's what and it was a really weird event because there was no reason to have this event because they like announced a couple of things and then they sort of kind of announced a few more, but didn't provide any details or didn't really even. Okay, I'm just gonna go down like.
So it was like things. A teaser for a trailer. Like we're probably going to announce this stuff in the near future. So this is what we're thinking of. We just have to make people go ooh and ah.
It seemed really desperate because, I mean, yeah, basically what you just said. Like, it had this feeling of desperation where it's like, we are so far behind on everything that we just want to tell you that we're working. Don't worry, guys. Apple is here to stay. We're good. We got this.
Right.
And the only thing they announced so there's two things they announced for sure. The first was a fucking Apple credit card, which is such a weird thing. It's basically this really simple white, of course, credit card with an Apple logo on it and your name. And it has a couple cool features, like it doesn't actually have the number on it, and every time you use it, it like generates a separate code. It doesn't even have like an expiration date or a security code on it. It just has like the chip on it. And it like works with Apple Pay, and if you use Apple Pay, you get more. Anyway, it's a really like sort of like middle of the road basic credit card. It's such a weird thing for Apple to release. I almost wish they released some weird awards card that is like made for just like really wealthy elitist people, because at least that would make sense. Kind of like when they released the edition version of the Apple Watch, where it was like like a $10,000 Apple Watch, so you could instantly identify the biggest douchebag in every group. If he was wearing one of these.
Yeah, but if Apple's a company, like if you're a company with billions of dollars of extra cash just sitting doing nothing, why wouldn't you become a bank?
Because they're not a bank. This is a card that's being issued by what's her name's by Merrill Lynch. They're not even issuing it. It's a Merrill Lynch MasterCard with an Apple logo in it that you can connect to Apple Pay, and then the cool thing you get is like you get like instant notifications. Like every time you use it, whatever.
When I use my card.
Yes, exactly.
My credit card that I get on my watch.
Yes, so basically this is yet another Me Too product from Apple that just has an Apple logo on it. That's literally all it is.
Okay, and that's all that you need for like the simpletons out there that
yes,
are
for every foul. Yes,
Apple.
Yes, just to give. Yes, people like literally cheered like and clapped for this. It was insane. It was surreal. Then they announced this weird
box.
It's like Finding Nemo.
Apple logo on it, and people will line up and pay me ridiculous amounts of money. Wait, who's the asshole here? I'm gonna go start shitting in boxes.
That was forced on you.
Yes, the start. Yes.
That wasn't by choice. It's 1984 Apple style.
It's insane. So then they announced some weird Apple News Plus service, which you pay them $10 a month, and they already have Apple News, but now you can pay them. And what it does is it gives you subscriptions to certain magazines and some newspapers. But like it was weird because like newspapers like New York Times are not part of this. And a bunch of
they're
really
owned by what? Washington Post is owned by
Jeff Bezos. The Washington Post is not part of this. So you get access to a couple of newspapers that technically cost money, like the New York Times, and you get a subscription to the New Yorker, and then some magazines, but not all magazines. And the whole thing is like curated. So now Apple's going to decide what to show you. And even the people, here's the funny thing. Even the subscription services that are part of this program, like the New Yorker and I think like TechCrunch has like a pay tier, I don't know. They all went on like Twitter the same day and said, hey, we're on this new Apple News thing, Apple News Plus thing, but you should really just subscribe to us directly and not use Apple News. Like even the people that are part of this program are actively telling you not to use it, which is insane. And
Wow.
it's supposed to be like the Netflix of news, but it's missing so much shit. So I guess it really is the Netflix of news. And then like things will leave and then come back, and they have sort of a deal with
It's the Hulu of news.
Exactly, yeah. So you still get commercials, and then you get like you sort of get the Wall Street Journal, but you get part of the Wall Street Journal. But then later they said you get the whole Wall Street Journal. But then the Wall Street Journal is like, yeah, we're kind of we're gonna decide what we show you. It is a complete fucking mess, and I can't imagine why anybody would pay for this. And then they announced Apple TV. No, they announced Apple Arcade, which they didn't say how much it's going to cost, and it's going to come out, I think, in the fall. And it's
game service.
it's a game service, which is interesting because they announced it right after Google announced Stadia.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's a paid service that will let you play mobile games. So
What?
you can yeah, it doesn't get you AAA titles, it gets you mobile games. So you can play, I guess, you can pay whatever a month to play Candy Crush, I guess. I don't know. It's insane. And then and and then they announced Apple TV Plus, and then they marched a bunch of celebrities on the stage, like Steven Spielberg and Jennifer Aniston, Oprah apparently. Didn't show previews for any of the content that they're making for the show. Didn't say how much it's going to cost, but at some point, some paid Apple TV service is going to be a thing, and that's it. And that was literally it.
I,
The only
I heard the
can't
TV part.
wait for all of this goodness.
Yeah, I don't really understand. It's like they announced a bunch of crap, like the credit card, and some shitty arcade, which again I don't know why anybody would pay for when they can pay for AAA. Pretty much the same. Like basically, your options in the next few months are going to be like you can pay whatever Stadia and the Xbox thing is going to cost, which I'm assuming is going to be somewhere between $15-$20 a month, and play upper tier AAA titles on your phone, or you can pretty much pay the same thing and play Alto's Odyssey on your phone. What the fuck is the point of it? But you can pay for it with your Apple credit card now. I don't know what's happening. Like this company is completely
$5 off if you use your Apple credit card.
Yeah, they've completely just lost. Like they've lost it. They are such a completely lost company at this point. Like they have no direction. I don't know. I know they're trying to get into services because people aren't buying as many iPhones because they cost $1,000, and they're so commoditized that I get they can't make money off of selling iPhones for eternity. But man, this whole services strategy just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
It sounds like they got wind of like stuff other people were doing and were like, oh shit, well, this assignment's due tomorrow. Like, well, I'm gonna throw together some stuff that I'll print out some things that I found on the internet, and here's my report. Like
Yeah, exactly.
we did it too.
Yeah, like they really can't. Like, this really seems like a lot of people are saying, this company's fucked without Steve Jobs, and it's okay, whatever. I'm not getting into my Steve Jobs rant, but the thing is, like, the first time he left,
Tim Apple isn't doing a good job.
I mean, he did a good. Well, I don't know if he did a good job for a long time because he was riding Jobs' coattails, so he kept things sort of chugging along. But now that they can't lean on the stuff that Jobs quote unquote created, like the iPhone, they're really stumbling. Like they have nothing really. I don't know. Like I don't know what their strategy is. It seems like every time these other companies are coming out with some really interesting new stuff that may or may not work, and then Apple comes out with like possibly a more fluid, better looking, but much lesser version of that. And so far it's served them well, but I don't know how long that could possibly last, especially with everyone like ramping stuff up. I mean, supposedly they were working on self-driving cars for a while, and that went nowhere.
I thought
they
Apple was working on that.
Apple, yes, they canceled. They canceled the project.
Oh, so like with Apple Maps, like the cars were just going to drive into lakes.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah,
so you don't have to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing everybody was saying. Like, guys, you can't get your fucking navigation and your mapping software to work right. Why the fuck would I ever get into a car with an Apple logo on it? I mean, there's some
That
weird
random
shit.
Tesla guy did a better job.
Yeah, pretty much everybody did a better job. And yeah, I mean, even like at this point, Waymo is way ahead of everything. Even Uber's testing cars, and I heard, their cars haven't killed anybody in like a month, so that's good. And then there is All right, I haven't triggered Kevin in a while, so I'm gonna go for it right now. And then there's the Android version of Apple, known as Samsung, who decided to make.
No, you missed the mark. There was a
No,
number one, and you went for like number three.
no, I'm starting at the bottom, working my way up. Samsung made they said they made a vase. So okay, Samsung makes a lot of products over there, not just the
Oh, that
type we're
fucking thing
familiar
you're
with.
gonna bring up?
So I mean, they make. there's Samsung underwear you can buy, which is pretty cool. And Kevin, I'll get you a pair for your birthday. But they make underwear. They made a vase
Is it
that you
tagless?
you can pick up and throw at a fire, and it has a chemical or whatever, some kind of release thing in it that
Yeah.
puts out a fire. So basically, it's like Samsung made a fire extinguisher, which of course
It
immediately
wasn't
prompted
Samsung.
close enough. Okay,
Already leading the witnesses.
it's technically Samsung. They made basically a fire extinguisher, which of course prompted every joke in the world about, oh, good, now it's finally safe to buy a Samsung phone because you can now buy a device that will put it out
I didn't
once the
see that
signal
joke
ends.
anywhere.
And of course, I put it, and as soon as I sent you guys a link for it, Kevin exploded immediately, not unlike a Note 7, in anger, screaming that no,
Did you say
no,
that?
this is not what it is. No, Samsung for life. So I don't know. I just thought it was funny that it was tied into it because yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be making other products, things that put out the other products that you make, probably not the best optics.
Yeah, good joke.
So angry. So angry.
It's fake news.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, maybe you can put out a 4-page summary of your counter argument that we can.
I don't care enough.
So, Kevin, are you enjoying your new Samsung phone?
Yes, a lot.
Okay. Jerry, when are you getting yours?
I don't know. When I find something that's like decent and I decide to buy it. I almost bought the 10 Plus last week. I walked into the store on
That's fine.
Saturday and I said, "Hey, do you guys have the $250 trade-in for the 10 Plus?" And the guy's like, "Let me check." He's like, "Oh no, that ended Thursday." And I was like, "Ah, fuck." And then he's like, "And the phones are back ordered to the middle of May."
Yeah, that's why
Where'd you
the
go? Best
that's why
Buy?
the offer vanished, man. They can't make these things fast enough.
Oh,
Yeah, and so I was like, he's like, "Do you want to order it? You could put a deposit now, or you could pay for it now, and you won't
You
charge
could just
until
give
the
us the money
phone's."
now, and maybe we'll give you the thing you want eventually.
Yeah, and I was like, "No, because something better could come along in that time, and like screw it." So yes, I still have my old phone. I think this is going on 3 years, which is the longest I've ever used one device at any time.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem they're all dealing with right now. People are actually holding on to their phones longer than ever. I mean, I used to switch my phones like on a regular basis. I've had this freaking Motorola phone for about a year and a half at this point, and it's still working pretty well. So I don't even know when I'm gonna upgrade.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to decide whether like a full wipe is going to be worth it and everything. And
Usually, as long as you do it from front to back, yeah, it's usually a good idea.
oh, really? Oh, I
Yeah.
go from left to right.
Oh no, no, that's why yeah, no.
Oh,
That's why you got those tracks in your underwear. Sorry. Sorry you had to hear it from me.
oh, wow. Like you think you're doing something right, and then you learn that it's completely different.
Yeah, no, I know. Like sometimes you eat food in a bathroom and people are like, you shouldn't do that. But
So what is it? It's top to bottom, like back to front. Is that
I'm
it?
gonna let you figure this out on your own
Oh,
through
okay.
trial and error in many pairs of underwear. Okay, how about when you can wear your underwear for more than 3 hours without a weird smell coming from them, you're doing it correctly.
Oh, I just figured after a couple of days, or well, really, like after week two, you just throw them out and then put on a new pair.
Yeah, that's what a fireplace is for. You throw your underwear in there. You don't wash that crap. Are you kidding me? Track marks. I mean yeah, okay, so that's pretty much my Apple rant. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what they're doing. I'm sure they're gonna make billions of dollars for the foreseeable future because Apple fans, and yes, at that point, if people are clapping and cheering for credit cards, I don't know what the fuck Apple can possibly do to lose any momentum or go wrong with their fan base. I don't know. Like at this point, like Apple can just murder a man in the middle of the street, and people will just cheer for them and ask.
You know,
They
that's what
still
that
vote
other
for
guy
them?
said.
Yeah. And he
Which
got elected, so
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that approach works. Maybe I should start murdering people.
No, claim that you can.
Oh, claim that I can. I don't know if I want to do that on here per se. This is on the record.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
No, we cannot get away with that. No,
Okay.
we cannot.
Okay. All right. So before we're going to break, let me just clarify this really quick. I am not planning on murdering anybody. I'm not making any claims that I can. So I'm gonna just pause right here, and I'm gonna see what else I can minesweep through this fucking house because I need a refill, and then we can pick up with something else.
we'll pick up after the break with pig farms, right? You're a big fan of that conversation.
What, pig farms?
Yeah, for some reason.
I hear
What's
them.
that?
I hear them exploding in the background. I think they're blowing up pigs in the background. That's exactly what's happening. They finally figured it out.
Shoving up
Dynamite up the ass.
Dynamite up a pig's
It
ass.
expanded and killed Thanos.
Make me some bacon. All right. We're gonna pause for a minute.
Oh.
We're so distracted.
Yeah. Do you have to
What?
go your stuff, your liquor?
Yeah, you were supposed to take a break for a reason.
You were gonna, or do you?
Oh, no. I realize. No, I actually. You know what? I realize I may have enough to get through the whole thing at this point because I can't get. I promised a little bit of self-control this week. So since I jerried last week, actually Jerry jerried last week, and I jerried last week. And Kevin, you're supposed to be here to keep us in check, and you just completely.
I haven't
We circled Jerry.
gotten to that point yet, but
Why are you
if I
touching
finish-
your nipples?
no, I'm stretching.
Oh, okay.
I'm making the burp come out easier.
No.
Straightening the lines of.
That's not how that works. That's not how the diaphragm operates.
Is that like the eighth chakra, the belch chakra?
Yes. What was it in Nerds where
Oh, yeah.
the one dude's like, you must burp from deep within.
Not from your heart.
And he's like,
This is why I don't hit record.
and like
too
Ogre,
early.
when Ogre pees for 2 minutes, that was a hilarious scene too.
I did that earlier when I got back from the party.
Sweet. All right, now that we've got urination covered. Okay, so we're back from the break, and okay. So apparently I did have all the alcohol I need. I'm assuming you guys are still drinking one of your many delicious whiskeys. Fuck
Yeah.
you, I don't care. I don't care. I have to ask just because
I still
because we're doing the
still have
podcast.
more maple bacon. I'm mumbling now.
Yeah, well, because you drink like 2/3 of that. Well,
No, that
1/3
was
of the
like
bottle.
that was like
third of the bottle.
one, two. Yeah, that's like
you
a third.
drink a third of that.
Let's finish it off.
I want some bacon. Hey, you know I had a weird surreal moment yesterday where
That is syrupy.
do you ever guys just sit back and think you might be dead, and this is all like a weird dream? So here's the thing. Ready? So
Wow.
no. Listen to me. This
They
is really weird.
legalized marijuana there.
Let's do
Like,
this.
since the
No, this is really weird, right? So I have, as some may know, I have a cat, right? And I don't know because I'm actually a dog person. Why I have a cat is, philosophers will be philosophizing this and trying to solve this puzzle for,
Is that a word?
for centuries in advance. Yeah, it's a word because I fucking said it. It's a word.
I don't think it is.
It's a word now because it
Just
came
keep
out of
going.
my
That
body.
was background commentary. You're supposed to keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. So anyway, so we have a cat, and whenever we give him water, instead of, I don't know why I'm telling you about my cat. This is like some weird first date with some crazy
Water instead
person.
of something else.
Yeah, no, I gave him water, and he splashed it everywhere. And anyway, I was plugging in my laptop, and as I was plugging it in, I was standing literally in like this pool of water that he made on the floor, and it was like a spark. And I don't remember like going dark or anything like that, but it was like a spark, and it was like sort of like a moment like that. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? And I was like, oh my god, what if I shock myself and I'm dead? Isn't that weird? Like a weird thing to think about? I think it is.
You like shocked through. You were stepping in water and you turned on a laptop and shocked.
No. I was unknowingly standing in water. I put the I plugged the the adapter from my laptop into the outlet, and there was like a spark. Like, sometimes you plug things in the outlet and there's like a little spark.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, and there was like this weird, like almost like a moment like that, and then everything like went normal, and I was like, and then like later I was just sitting there in my house, and I was just kind of thinking, I'm like, whoa, what if like
died. And this
yeah,
is
what if I die? This is like some weird thing that happens after you die.
Wasn't there like an M. Night Shyamalan movie like that?
Why do you have to bring up shitty that's great because you guys have friendship and I'm here by myself.
So like, did you get?
This is what happens when I'm stuck in the house. No, this is just what happens when I'm stuck in the house for too long, and I start thinking about weird shit like that.
See, I just masturbate all day, so I mean that's.
Yeah, but I mean, so do I. But then at some point I have to stop. Like at some point I'm like doing it, and then there's a weird, like I'm doing it in a pool of water because that's normal, and then there's a weird, and I cause a weird spark from all the friction.
So do you think your cat was like, fuck, I failed again?
Yeah.
Or maybe you are dead, and right now like your cat is just like standing on your corpse eating your eyeballs out.
I was gonna say, yeah, my cat would eat me instantly, like just completely, just wouldn't even wait. He would just be like, "Yep, yeah," and then it's fine. He's done. Mwah. He's ready to eat.
Cook.
Bacon flavored Skippy.
Well, you don't have the maple bacon.
Yeah, it's weird. Actually,
neither do I anymore.
Would you like some?
No,
right
I'm good.
The betrayal. Here's where it starts. It's gonna be an awkward conversation tomorrow morning. Like, so, how'd you like that bacon flavored whiskey? I mean, I don't remember what it tastes like because I didn't get to have any last night. But sure, you can tell me how good it was, right, Kevin?
I brought it so that Kevin could enjoy it.
It was so funny you came over and we played some board games or whatever and we were drinking it.
Hey, what did you guys play? What board games did you guys play? I mean, board games are like a topic.
I'll finish the point and then we'll get into that. So the point is, like, I started to fall asleep in the middle of a game, like it was after midnight or whatever. And
so it was a great game that you recommend to everybody? Never mind. Go ahead.
In the morning, I ended up walking around feeding dogs, and I'm like, "What is that smell?" I'm like, "Oh,
no, it's Jerry wiping side to side instead of front to back."
No, you could smell the maple bacon coming from our glasses in the vicinity of the kitchen table. It was really kind of funny. So I was like, "Wow."
Oh, that sounds horrible. I woke up with my cat sitting like close to me, and I could smell his asshole.
With the little X as an asshole right in your
like that little balloon nut thing, like in your nose, like right
exactly
on the tip of your nose.
Yeah, where you're pretty sure he used the litter box recently because it's still fresh, and you're like, yeah, this is just my life now. Maybe I didn't think that I died through electric shock. Maybe I was hoping that I died because waking and seeing this like black hole of shit in your face in the morning, you're just like, this can't, no, life must be, this can't be my life anymore. Anyway,
sorry.
Yeah, the only thing worse than that I can possibly think of is losing your favorite email client, which I'm sure, Kevin, you're dying to talk about. Please tell us your weekly update on, oh no, Google has killed inbox, and email is just a nightmare at this point.
Let's just roll back, I don't know how many years. When did it come out? 16?
Okay.
Like all the way back to Yahoo email?
Well, no, so it first came out, it was like sign up and be beta whatever. And the website was an awesome new interface, and it was like whatever. And then the app on the phone and so on and so forth. And so for how many years 4 years have I been using Inbox? And you get used to such a good thing. And then Google says, oh, this was experimental the whole time. We're shutting it down. Here, now you have to use this less useful regular client, email client.
Wait, hold on. So you're suggesting that Google is a company that creates some sort of service or program or app that millions of people love and want to keep using, and then they inexplicably just kill it?
You
That's
don't
so
know.
not like them. They've never done this
Yes,
with
yes, yes.
anything.
Totally right.
Maybe if there was some precedence and they'd done that before.
But you
Wait,
would
hold on. Let me
think-
hold on. I have an article about this. Let me check it on Google Reader really quick. Hang on a second. Let me.
Oh, what? Oh, that's gone
Oh, dude.
now.
Yeah, no. Oh,
see
wait. Maybe I can
the
check for it on
wave.
Google Wave.
I
Yeah.
connected
Google
to the wave that
Wave
we
is
started
gone.
about.
Oh my God.
All right.
No,
Show
but
me
inbox
my Google
flows
Buzz post. Hang
in
on.
terms of apps that they experimented with. Inbox was something that all of the cult of people, if it wasn't that much, according to their statistics, those
That's
people
cool.
would have paid money to keep that app, and they just said, "Oh, that was just our test bed. We're gonna shut it down now."
Okay, so
I understand overhead and all that other bullshit, but they
that
had
point
a good app. They had
that
a
point I
good
disagree with you with. No one. Okay, the reason Google gets people to use service is because they're free. I don't think anybody would pay for Inbox. You
No.
would pay for Inbox, but no one else would. And if you want to, we can argue about it later on Allo.
People would have paid for it.
No,
It would
nobody
have.
would pay for it. People will
People
not
paid
pay.
for other email services. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but a small subsect of people. I mean, like for example, there is Proton Mail, which I happen to use. Like people do pay for that, but in general, now that people are used to the free model, it's really hard.
So
What
what's the
was that?
big deal? They could have used that into. There's no reason why they couldn't have thrown advertisement stuff into inbox. It would have worked fine, and I would have been fine with it too.
No,
It would have
Because
been absolutely acceptable.
you would have complained about that. Now,
No,
if they said
no.
no, I mean, not attacking you. I'm saying like anyone would have complained about that. Now, if they said we either need to shut this down or, we're going to introduce ads to this, like that might be
No,
a smarter way to do it.
100%.
But
Some business exec asshole said we must consolidate because we're spending too much resources on double services and XYZ. Two teams supporting two different emails. We're a company. We need one email and like whatever the overhead and services and all that shit. Let's combine them. They don't know what they're fucking doing. Google
true.
is so
That asshole, by the way, is Sundar Pichai.
separated.
If you want to get technical,
What?
Sundar Pichai. That's the asshole you're talking about.
Right.
I mean, I don't think he's an
I mean,
asshole.
did
seem
it
to have a personal issue with him.
did
give
a
me his
directive
address.
cut?
I'll get him.
What is
Was there a
direct
directive
line?
from him? No, they produced that company made a product that people loved, and the only reason why the rest of the masses didn't take it was go to it is because it wasn't marketed to them. No, it wasn't made popular. People like if Google said
You found the one thing that sets.
if they
off.
fucking made
Hey,
everyone
Kevin,
move to
neo-Nazis.
it would have been
Yeah, what are you gonna do? People are gonna hate. Yeah. So your email client's going away. What? I will murder everybody.
it really is such a shock to all of us that meaning me and the other people, not the two of you.
I know the three of you are totally just so angry about this.
Way more than that. It was a genius app and they fucking shut it down. It's ridiculous.
Well, here's your chance. You're a computer guy. Why don't you build something to compete with them?
Yeah, I don't actually have that skill. I would rather
Why don't you build a Kevin box?
no no I would rather like make a bid to buy the app rights and then buy staff that'll maintain
It's
it.
not that hard. I mean, to implement that stuff. Just I'm telling you, build a Kevin box, and it can have a cool greeting message like "You've got Kevin." Every time. Shit, I'd pay for that.
Especially with the new icon, the new image that I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, that's kind of just your life now. I'm sorry.
I have not.
It'll be
seen
like
that.
a big fist with like a male,
It's not gonna remind anybody of 1984, right? Like a fist, like some sort of imperialistic thing, right?
No, that's not. I don't think that's what we were going with. We weren't.
I
going
know, but it won't be
intellectual
there's no chance of it being
dystopian
mistaken,
novel.
right?
Oh, I don't know.
I know. I think people are just gonna assume there's anus play going on.
Oh, okay. I guess I better go look it up.
So
Yeah.
let me try to diffuse Kevin a little bit here. So yeah, one of the games that we were playing last night,
Oh yeah.
Kevin introduced- well, both
Oh
of them
my
I never
God.
played. It was
He found the fist.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
well, now that he knows, you just spoiled Christmas.
Well, being a Jew, that's kind of my job. But go ahead.
It was what was it called? TAK? TAK? It was kind of cool.
Oh, yes.
It was from
It's from The Name of the Wind series.
What?
book.
It's a book. So an author
I
wrote
don't name my wins, but okay. All
What is his name? Patrick
I call
Rothfuss.
this one
right.
Taco Bell.
No. So
Have you met my friends Silent and Deadly? There you go.
the quick background is Patrick Rothfuss is writing a trilogy. He's got 2 books out, and in the first book was Name of the Wind. I forgot the second book, but they're part of the plot is they're playing like a chess-like type of game. So at some point in real life, they came out with the game. It turns out it's incredibly simple to play rules wise, but very complex and kind of like on a chess level where it's fun to play over and over and develop strategy and so on.
It's cool.
Called TAK.
Yeah. And it's scalable. You could change the size of the board and yeah, it's cool. It's like a simple kind of you place stones in one configure or chips in one configuration or another, and it's got a like checkers kind of like aspect where like I can jump on your piece and then I control that stack.
Jerry can jump on my piece anytime.
Nice. I was waiting. There was a long build up to that joke, but okay, go ahead.
Well, I mean, we set that whole thing up, and scripted. I don't know where to go. What did we write after that?
I
No,
mean, I would just end the episode right here.
there you go.
Play me out, Jerry.
Intro. Jerry can just jump on my piece anytime.
But yeah, it's cool. It's definitely worth checking out. It's one of those things where it reminded me of what was it, the Time of Madness game that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, that like Cthulhu kind of card game. It's like super simple.
I was definitely drunk during that because I don't remember that at all.
Oh, okay. Well,
Was I around?
I thought so. I don't know.
You were probably around complaining about not eating dinner.
If I don't write down notes, I don't remember anything you guys say.
I thought, well, you could always just listen to the podcast.
I was gonna say this.
I do listen to the podcast, but it's not like, search through the audio to find whatever.
Okay.
Go.
You listen to it and then you know what you're listening to. Why do you need to search through it?
Yes. No, so I listen, and if I write it down, it's the same comment. If I write it down, I'll remember it, but if I pass through it, then I won't remember it.
No, don't. So,
Wow.
take note. No, a friend of mine had introduced me to a Cthulhu themed game called, I believe it was Time of Madness. It might be Tome of Madness.
Oh, okay. This I have. Yes, okay. This sounds familiar.
Okay, so should I go back into it or?
No, go on. Yeah.
No, it's just really simple. It was like it consists of like 20 or 30 cards, and they all have like one of 5 suits, or I think there's a few with that don't have a suit, but it's like they all have a simple criteria for like points. So if you have the most of this suit, you get 3 points. If you have one of every suit, you get 10 points, and that. But it's a drafting game. So you have 5 cards. You pick one, put it face down, and then at the same time, you and your opponent reveal them. So it's like, okay, so this is what you're working on. That's what I'm working on. Then you switch hands because it's a drafting game. So then the next round you're like, okay, well, I'm hoping that I get this card back because my overall strategy is this, but I kind of want to cock block my opponent. So do I take this card to block him, or do I take a card that bolsters my strategy? And you go back and forth, and it's played over 3 rounds. And like each round you save one card. So like you even have a long-term strategy for that round, but then you have an overarching game-wide strategy that you're trying to build on. And because it's like a Cthulhu game, like some of the cards have like Cthulhu tentacles on it, and you get these like madness tokens where you're effectively going insane. The more madness tokens you have, the more points you get at the end. But if you get 9, then you lose the game immediately. So it's just one of those things where it's super simple. It takes like 45 seconds to explain all the rules to the game. But like playing it, the strategies are really cool, and like how you have to change your strategy as the game goes on. It's a lot of fun. It's like $10, $12, and I highly recommend it.
Okay, I'll look into it. That sounds interesting. I gotta get my wife into some of this. So far, I think if I know what she likes, I think that tag game actually might be something that she could be into, since I don't have cool friends visiting me
Tag.
with
Yeah.
with flavored whiskeys.
We could play Munchkin. Hey, you know what you could do?
Oh, Munchkin is the shit. No, whenever we have more than 2 people in the house, Munchkin is always played. That is one of the best fucking board games ever made. I love Munchkin.
Yeah,
because it's literally like it's so based on the people and personalities that are playing the game. It's made so that it's basically feeding off the people that are playing it. It's so much fun. It's great. Oh, before I forget, speaking of cool games you guys should get, this is not a board game. Well, sort of. I mentioned this before to you guys elsewhere, but Armello, the mobile version, you guys need to get that. It is such a
the
great
only thing
translation.
that sucks is you can't cross over your account. You have to start fresh.
Yeah, wait, but it doesn't matter. Every game is what? Every game is new. Who cares?
No, but in the Steam version of Armello, I have every character unlocked, and I can play. I have rings unlocked. I have all of the different things. So much stuff unlocked.
I don't
have
remember.
to start from scratch again.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, you do build up things, but you can still play it. I mean, those things that you unlock don't really make. Well, yeah. I guess you're right. They may later. Well, the other weird thing is that the Armello for mobile is free. I mean, at some point, I'm guessing there's stuff you can buy in it, or maybe you can play for so long until you have to pay. I don't really understand because the Steam version you had to buy, and it wasn't expensive. It was only a few bucks, but the mobile versions are free. So I'm guessing at some point there are some in-game transactions. I just don't know what they'll be for.
To buy like Dice Face, the different kinds of
yeah, but that's just cosmetic.
Yeah,
that's not
cosmetic dice. Definitely.
If they keep the mobile Armello thing to just cosmetic stuff, that's really impressive. I have to say that the translation is great. Like it's the only thing that I have an issue with while playing it is panning around the map is really annoying because they should have made it so that like if you can use 2 fingers to swipe across the map and then like 1 tap to move. Way too often I try to pan the map and it just moves me to that block. Like I'll tap somewhere in the thing and it'll move my character there as opposed to pan the map. Yeah, that they really need to work out. That is really fucking annoying because there's no way to undo a move. So, but other than that, everything else is pretty damn impressive. Like
synchronous or asynchronous?
I don't know because I've only played versus the computer. I haven't played against other people yet.
So your loser friends haven't installed the game yet, is what you're saying?
No. Yeah, forget the whole Xbox thing. Just sell those and download this free game instead.
On your phone.
Yeah. I don't know why you weren't on about Xbox.
I'm gonna fly down there and murder you.
But it's a bit different if we have to like both be live and playing at the same time versus take your turn.
I hope not. I hope it's asynchronous. But having said that, actually, you know what? No, shit. I just realized it can't be asynchronous because when you do battles, You both have to be on.
What dice you're going to use.
Plus, you
Yeah.
might react. You might watch somebody move on the board, and there are some things you can do
While they're moving.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, I guess then like anything else, you could just be. But it is convenient that you can play it on your phone or your tablet. I guess you don't have to fire up those horrible PCs of yours. So speaking of Xboxes, Jerry, are you ever gonna play Anthem again?
Yeah. Okay. So here's the problem.
What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
No. And I've said this before. The only reason why I got the Xbox is because of my undying love for you.
But you never use it, so what's the difference?
Sorry, I need a little bit more alcohol to really say that. But no. So like the other night, I was like, okay, I'm going to go and fire up the Xbox, and I'm going to go through some of the story in Anthem. And before I was about to do that, I went to check something on my computer, and like there was a Satisfactory. I don't know. I saw something referencing Satisfactory. I was like, you know what? I haven't played this game in like 5 months.
Oh, you got sucked into
look
Satisfactory?
And see what's new. And like when I first played it, they had like the first 2 or 3 tiers and only one location.
Oh my god.
And now it's like all of the locations were open and I had access to like 7 tiers of stuff. So I was like, okay. I'm only going to play it for a couple of minutes and then I'm going to
That turned into 2 hours.
Yeah, so like
fucking that space elevator is fucking unbelievable. Like just I probably spent 10 minutes looking at it.
Like shoot something off into space.
Yeah, just watching it.
Or is there like a tethered space elevator?
It's a tethered fucking space elevator.
See, they didn't have that when I.
Oh my god, it's like it's really kind of cool.
Oh, it did. When I played it, it was just the little thing in the front of the lab that would launch. It would put a pod on the bottom, and it would launch, which was still fun to watch. I would like press the button and then run outside and watch it launch. But
it's funny because you do it because you're like, what's going on? Oh, look, it's going up to the mothership. Or whatever.
Right. I mean, you have Satisfactory on your Xbox. Oh
wait.
No, I guess
maybe
not.
not.
Oh no. I don't have Elevator Simulator on my Xbox. Oh, let me go get it so I can push buttons and watch shit go up and down. That's amazing. Can I wait? Can I buy a whole new system to play this amazing game? Or I don't know. I mean, can I give them all my money? Because I've never used an elevator. I've never stood there for 3 hours watching an elevator go up and down. This sounds amazing, though.
It's not just any elevator. It's a space elevator.
Every elevator is a space elevator. It just doesn't quite get there. Fine. Hate you people.
You have no imagination of the scope of what we're talking about.
Well, honestly, I mean, if it was a normal elevator that went up to space, like how many floors would that be, and how are they going to fit like those numbers, like 18,768,428 on all those?
Exactly.
That would be.
This is like that time you were going to play Anthem, but instead you played, was it like Minecraft for 2 hours?
It wasn't Minecraft. I wasn't playing that.
Oh, come on. Minecraft has sucked hundreds of hours of our time. And you know it.
Not hours.
No,
time.
But at that time, we weren't playing. I wasn't playing Minecraft. If anything, I get distracted by what is it? Skyforce or whatnot. That's a fun, like, quick little. Oh, let me like shoot 'em up kind of game.
Is it an exciting escalator simulator to go along with when you're inside of elevator?
Wow, that must be really cool.
An escalator to space. Or at least to the second floor. That sounds exciting. So anyway,
like, would that have to wrap around the Earth several times to like get all the way up there?
That's not how escalators work.
What other methods of transportation could we use to get into space like that? I don't know.
Boats. There you go.
That immediately made me think of like a steampunk type of method. You know, like one of those hydrogen balloon propeller
that's called a blimp.
Things. But that's very common.
Fancy dirigible.
Yes, no, that is common in
and it immediately reminded me of the episode in Love, Death, Robots.
Oh, did you guys? Oh,
No.
thank you for bringing it up. Did you guys finally? Actually, no. Before we
I
go into
have
that,
seen
wait, no, stop.
16 out of
Wait.
18.
Wait, no, damn it! You dragged me into another tangent. I won't let you do this real quick. The reason I brought it up, by the way, really quick, is because they just released a new patch for Anthem, which you need to get, Jerry.
Yes.
Which is really cool. They added a bunch of fun little content. They added new loot stuff. There's like these keys that you can now get by completing daily quests, and you use them to unlock boxes. They give you, I don't know, like an orange hat as opposed to a blue hat, and it's awesome.
Wow.
And did I see something wrong? And I might have. More engaging graphics when people do their
You're talking about
abilities or powers or whatever?
No. You're talking about FPV settings. That's for PC only. And what it does is you can now change if you have that specific, I don't know, $12,000 video card, you can now change how far away the camera is on your character during running, flying, or
No.
aiming.
Not yeah. I saw like a video of the new stuff when they were doing, some combat. There were like more effects. It looked different than what
ray tracing. That's what they did. Again, on a very expensive video card, they now have ray tracing, which
Do I
slightly.
need to go back to my PC version?
I think we do. Yeah.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Why did I bring any of this up? No, it's supposed to. Okay, look, I've watched the side-by-side stuff, and people are like, you will not believe the graphical upgrades they just added to Anthem. And they play the two things side by side, and it looks like the leaves are a little greener. I can't see any difference whatsoever.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sure,
because in
sure,
Xbox
Skippy.
they didn't really change anything.
No, in Xbox, they just added dailies, and there's like there's an orange hat.
Yeah. Oh,
An
I
orange
get
hat.
to wear an orange hat on my neck.
Okay, so Love, Death, and Robots. Did you finally finish them? Did you guys finish Love?
I'm at 16 out of 18.
Oh my god damn it, I can't deal with this.
Hey, you know what? Give
Dude,
the guy a
I
break.
ran out of
He
time.
watched-
I had to pick up a daughter. I had to go run out and get apple pie whiskey. Come on.
He changed the tire to fix the tire today, and he watched What We Do in the Shadows.
What do you mean you fixed a tire?
Oh,
Did
my
you
wife's
patch-
car.
Did
Yeah,
you
my
patch
wife's
a tire?
car. Yes. My
Oh.
wife's car had a screw in it, and I had to pull it out
Whose
and put a plug.
whose tire was it?
My wife?
Whose tire was it?
I don't know what you're trying
Okay,
to get
well,
me to
here,
say.
ask me.
Oh no!
Tire
don't do
was
the
it?
board.
My wife.
Oh god damn it! This is truly the low point of the
I
entire
don't even
podcast.
get it.
Oh,
Come on.
Jesus.
Oh hey
Who are you
hey
talking to? It's Kevin.
yeah hey Kevin, when can your friend be a guest / replacement host on the show?
Auditioning.
There's no coming back from Borat jokes. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
It's a whole new low from
Go
Jerry.
down that train.
I don't know why, but for some reason I've heard like that particular joke used like 18 times in the past week. And like, did Borat 2 just come out?
Oh
or
my
something?
God.
Uh,
The Borat movies are ridiculous.
so
Whatever.
speaking of 18 times, there's just fucking sick. They're 5 minutes long. You could finish them while we're talking about them. Which ones do you have left? Oh, you got the good one left. You got the Russian one left. The final one, right?
Apparently yes.
The Starship Trooper one,
No, what? Starship
like
Troopers?
the bugs, or
Well, they're
whatever they were.
Well, they're from hell though. Those are different bugs.
Yeah, okay, well, you know what I mean. It's the same thing.
Yeah, so that one.
What was
And-
second to last? What was?
I don't remember. I think it was one of the. I can look it up really quick. I think it was one of the least interesting ones. I think because I remember them adding. Was it the one with the heist? Was it the one with the robot heist?
I need to
Is that-
do
Oh, no,
Ice
it was-
Age, Alternate Histories, and the Secret War.
Yeah.
Oh,
the history.
alternate
That
history.
was
And it
Cute.
was alright. Yeah, it was cute, but it wasn't a great
What-
one. Ice Age. That's the one that I said was a little disappointing because it was by Tim Miller. It's all right though. It's at least enjoyable, entertaining, but it's not one of the better ones. The final one is strong, I would say.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. It wasn't amazing. I still think
My
Some of the
absolute
best
favorite
ones.
was the fucking
the
first one.
first one was the best.
Yes,
Sonny's
yes.
Edge.
I would say that Sunny's Edge, the Three Robots one, and the one where the S&M one, where she sees the guy killing the woman,
Yeah.
and then turns around. The first three I
that was
thought
good
were the
because of sexual.
See, I didn't. That one was
Content.
okay, but it wasn't my. I liked other stuff better. I liked
The Witness.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
What was
love The
the
Witness.
cool one? What's it called? Oh, was that it? No, not the Sucker of Souls.
Beyond the
No.
Killer Rift was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that one. I like
that one a lot.
That was
actually.
cool.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to really like Beyond the Killer Rift. I thought that one was okay. I thought like the final, like the visuals were terrifying at the end and everything.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But it seemed like it's one of those things that besides that part, everything else was like,
There wasn't much plot. It was a little. I actually agree with you. I think I finally kind of can see what you're talking about. But like as a visual aspect, like it was fine. It was good. It was like.
It was good, yeah. I mean, the series in general was awesome. It was actually better than I expected.
I
thought
actually
it was gonna be
really
good.
liked the Good Hunting. That one is it Good Hunting? Which is the one with the
werewolf one.
Japanese? No. The werewolf one was cool.
Yeah, that one I didn't like.
The one with the Japanese multi-tailed fox.
That's
one.
what he was. That's what.
No. He's talking about the one that's
Where it's a cyberpunk
steampunk.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like steampunk cyberpunk all
Yes.
one. Yeah, that one was cool. I kind of like that
I
one.
actually really liked that
I
one.
thought
It dragged out a bit, but it was pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of them were pretty cool.
I answered this last time. Did you guys ever watch Robot Carnival, by the way?
I have not.
Okay, that's the one.
When I was like 19, maybe, so I barely remember anything of it.
Yeah, you should watch one. But before you watch that tomorrow, I'm assuming you guys are gonna get the opportunity to watch. If you get the opportunity to watch anything tomorrow, try to finally watch the first episode of the What We Do in the Shadows show. It's on FX, and you can actually watch that
Yeah.
without any kind of login or anything.
Yeah, that was funny. I'd like to. That was
Creepy paper.
Is that the movie or the?
That's the show.
The
It's
show.
funny. And the show is like it's we should watch it after.
So do you feel like the movie had a very
It's a very dry humor, but it's really good, and the show is exactly like that. It's
it
a
really
perfect
is
translation.
okay.
Yes, it is one of the it is an absolutely flawless translation of the movie. If you like the movie, you will like the show. It's exactly the same.
And did it have that kind of like, there's cameramen and
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, they address.
directly reference them at one point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's really good. It's the characters are not as strong as the movie because those were like really great. Like the three main guys are definitely better in in the movie versus the show. But the show is strong enough with the characters that it has that it doesn't really skip a beat.
And we're
And the
also
production-
20
production-
minutes
the
into
thing-
the show.
And the thing is the production value, because the production value was so grounded on the movie, the show doesn't feel any cheaper than the movie. It looks like it's just a continuation of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like a really tough translation.
Do they capture? See that actor that I don't know his name.
Jermaine Clement. There's no Jermaine Clement, unfortunately, and yes, he definitely sort of adds a lot to the movie that is missing a little bit from the show, but it stands on its own really well. And I'm convinced that they will make cameos in it. They have to make cameos. He's still involved with it. He's one of the producers and the writers of the show, so I'm fairly certain he is at some point going to appear there.
So is like who?
Yeah,
was
Jermaine. Yes, he's awesome.
Yes.
who did Thor Ragnarok? Isn't he one of the producers?
Yes, he is. He's in the movie. He is. I don't know. I mean, if you look up on IMDb, you can find which character he plays. But I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to try. But he is. He's also He wrote and produced and starred in the movie, and he is writing and producing the show.
And he's what? Writing and producing what?
The show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's the same people that created the movie are the creators of the show. They're just not in it this time as the characters. But I'm sure they will make cameos in it. They have to.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But so the TV series isn't actually the same characters, and
no, but it takes place in the same universe.
yeah.
Sure. So like the cameos can exist because it's not like
Yes.
a different actor playing. So what you're telling me is it's a different flat somewhere else.
They're in
Yes.
Staten Island.
They're in Staten Island, yes. Whereas the first one is a city in New Zealand, which is where they're all from.
And I was telling Jerry yesterday or this morning that I saw an article where that show, where What We Do in the Shadows TV series, and then the
Santa Clara
Santa Clara thing is
Santa
like,
Clarita Diet.
Yes.
yeah, is those two shows are like the next gen humor like that exists today.
Yes,
right?
yes, it's this very dark and sort of dry humor. By the way, Santa Clarita Diet just started season 3. Did you? I don't know. How far are you in Santa Clarita Diet?
0.
Oh, okay, good. You just said okay. I just started season 3. So I'll see. So right now I'm a little concerned because the beginning of season 3 is a little where the fuck is this going? But I kind of felt that way in the beginning of season 2, and season 2 turned out to be great. I think I kind of had the same feeling. So in season 2, I felt like they were sort of making it up as they went along because they might have never expected to get that far. But it did turn out to be a really strong season. Season 3 starting off sort of in the same thing where you're like, oh god, they didn't plan for this at all. They never expected to be here, and now they have no idea what they're gonna do. But hopefully I'll be proven wrong. It is a great show. Absolutely, like, make time to watch it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first season.
Now I need another show.
Yeah, well, we could, fall asleep to it tonight, right? So,
Binge Santa Clarita Diet. It's a very
Yeah.
bingeable show. Very, very.
Are
bingeable.
those hour-long shows or what?
No, half hour.
No, they're less than half an hour each.
Yeah. So speaking of extra seasons that we never really expected, when is
Rick and Morty supposed to come out?
I don't know, but cool sucks though. I like those. I like how. I don't know. With Dan Harmon, it's always it comes out whenever the fuck he feels like it.
Well, it's animation, so they gotta crank them out.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, supposedly the new contract that they signed before, what is it, like last year, one of the reasons they wanted to sign a long-term contract was that they wanted to shorten the time between each season. So they're saying going forward, hopefully there's going to be a smaller break between, because right now, like, yeah, they're like a year and a half to like almost 2 years every single time, which is ridiculous.
Well, they had hard time signing an agreement, right?
Yeah, because he wanted something like 20 years, something insane. He got like a 10-year contract, which is, if you think about it, for a show that's only starting season 4, that's pretty impressive. Like, they got a lot of what they wanted.
Well, it's a fucking amazing show.
Yeah, I mean, let's hopefully he keeps up. I mean, Dan Harmon doesn't have the best proven record. I mean, Community dragged on for 6 years barely. I mean, that was a good show, but he doesn't exactly have the best track record. He's also supposedly difficult to work with. So, I don't know. We'll see. But if you are also looking for a show, there was another one that I recommended to you guys last time. See, it's on Netflix. Season 1 is on Netflix. Season 2 just started on FX. The show's called Happy with Patton Oswalt.
Oh yeah,
in it.
Happy is amazing.
Happy. Oh, you did see it.
Well, I probably watched the first 8 episodes or whatnot. I watched it when it first came out.
Dude, yeah, that shit just, season 1 towards the end just completely goes off every possible rail you can imagine of. It becomes completely
episode
insane.
1 did that.
Yeah, no, it gets more and more crazy as it goes. Like, I can't wait for season 2, which is, I think, starting just about now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what? It is an old show that like I started watching like, I don't know, 13, 14 years ago, which I just started watching the first couple of episodes again recently, and it's pretty humorous. Did you ever see C-Lab 2021?
Yeah, it was the precursor to Archer, of course.
Yeah, yes. That's
Same
right.
guy. Same guy, yeah.
I didn't realize it at the time, but yeah, that was. I kind of want to watch the original like C-Lab episodes, like.
I wanted to get, because my wife loves Archer, I decided to introduce her to, the precursor to it, and you know what, C-Lab, it's good, but I think Archer almost won, because Archer is brilliant. I mean, last couple of seasons have been, but overall it is one of the best shows. C-Lab is. I actually want you to watch it because I want to see if you think if you think that it holds up, because I thought it was a little. I don't know.
I remember it being like
Amateur.
better. I think
It is very yes, it is.
Yeah, it's still entertaining. It's base humor, but
Yeah, I remember at the time I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I mean, we're pretty much at the same time where we say, "Oh no, this episode has run way too long again." So
Oh
I
shoot.
think maybe we should start wrapping it up. Plus, I don't want to get into, I don't want to take too much of your special together time away.
Does one of us need to fall asleep? I could fall asleep on Kevin. I could just snuggle up to him and be like, would that
That's
be good?
nice. Yeah, that is right. Oh my God, we've all sort of controlled our drinking in this episode. I hope this is not a sign of things to come, because that's.
No, Kevin's. I think he drank a lot. I'm kind of surprised he's still conscious and stuff.
I mean, look, his pupils look okay, so that's all that matters. Although he's letting you touch him in really weird ways.
Not
So,
those cheeks.
He looked away when you said that. But
no, I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and now I cannot see it, and now I'm gonna go stand in a puddle of water and try to plug my laptop in
I
again.
didn't ruin you.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're gonna start wrapping up now. Closing thoughts, gentlemen. Anything for the listeners that you'd like to leave them with,
Fuck
so they can.
Google.
Cool. Okay. So Kevin is forever angry at Google. Okay.
There's been so many times where I have gone into like bubbling blood rage. Like, are you kidding me, you assholes?
Okay. All right. I would not want to be sleep. I would
and
not want to be
come
sleeping in
back to
that
real
house
life.
tonight. So, Jerry, if you make it through tomorrow, send me a message. Let me know you're okay.
yeah. I say, get off your high horse and don't be such a stick in the mud and enjoy some tasty alternative flavors in your whiskey and your bourbon. If listener happens to
Ye
be,
old listeners.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got mattresses.
What? Oh, you found someone.
Wait.
Curbside.
Well, we still need to do the black light sweep of them to make sure that they're
No, I would not.
No.
Just,
Like,
don't even do the smell
Skippy.
test.
Skippy,
Yes.
on iTunes, I was looking at the list of our cast. They list like number 1 is the most recent, and number 7 is like the first one.
What do you expect?
It's
from
like
Apple?
backwards.
What do you mean
Is
back?
that
Yeah.
normal?
Yeah, they start with the most recent one and it works its way down.
And they number them that way? Because your first episode is the first episode.
Yeah, every podcast starts with the most recent episode.
Yes,
It goes.
yes, I understand that, but they call it like the 7th episode.
Yes.
Oh no, I get to name those. I changed the naming method. So
No, something. When I went there, I was like, "Oh, the first episode." Wait, no, that was the last one. And then I was looking. The 7th one was our first one, like exit 2018, whatever you called it.
yeah, that was the first one, right? So that should be at the bottom of the list. At the top of the
Another
list.
iTunes rant. Boom.
Yes, he's saying that it could be at the bottom of the list, but it should be numbered.
I don't care.
Number
Yeah,
1.
the numbering was stupid.
I don't know. I can't tell. I'll have to. I'm still trying to figure out why Google refuses to list us, and they're stupid. I mean, I'm sorry. We know why Google won't.
We
list
know
us,
why.
Google just has to fuck with us. The only podcast app that requires that one line of code in your RSS feed. Unbelievable. So I think we have very similar closing statements this week. Fuck Google. I'm getting my Apple credit card, and that's it.
You could use that Apple credit card to buy my shit in a box.
Oh, I thought I had it. Damn.
That's the only reason. Oh, I'm getting it. Okay, so that wraps up season 8. Jesus, oh my God, maybe I did drink more than I assumed. That wraps up. That wraps up episode 8. If we're almost at double digits. Holy crap!
Say goodnight, Skippy.
Before I forget, we may have a guest on an upcoming episode. So, yeah, a very important human being might be joining us for some conversating going forward. Yes.
Conversating? Don't say
Yeah.
that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna be making up words on every episode.
Conversating.
Philosophizing and conversating.
Well, when you have a big record dong, why not? So.
Yeah, if you got it, show it off. All right, that's it for episode 8. Thank you. We'll hopefully see everybody or more people, preferably for episode 9.
Good night,
Sick.
Skippy.
You stinker.
Good. Oh, God. Where the hell's my cat?
This has been a production of
It's just me.
Studios.